Hey y'all, this is Marley K. Hope everybody is well. Got a story that I want to share with you. I'm going to have a longer video in a little bit because there are a lot of stories that I need to share with you, but it's just too much to do separate videos. So I'm going to do a longer format video shortly. But I want to talk about the VP pick for Harris, for the Democratic nominee for Vice President, and why he was chosen. Everybody that is chosen, they have a role or a responsibility or a task to do, and it's associated with Israel. Everything is about Israel. They are building that place up to be the future of the New World Order. And redirecting did a really good job of adding a huge piece to the puzzle. I put a link to the video in the description, but it's all tied to the transhumanism agenda. There was a huge show of the LGBTQ trans community at the Olympics. Lots of Baphomets were being worn. If you don't know about Baphomet, I'll put a link about what Baphomet is, what it represents. It explains why our children are being targeted, why this agenda is being pushed globally, and why they continue to say that certain segments of the population will be erased. Those people, the little hat people, the Zionists. They have a totally different book, a set of that they go by. They have a totally different set of ethics that they go by. They don't see us as human, and in particular, the true chosen people, we are targeted. Our men are targeted. Our boys are targeted because we can reproduce. Once we reproduce, we can whoop everybody's butt if we are living righteously, which we are not, which is why we are kind of like in a defeated state. But the Most High is going to redeem us. Those of us who are awakened, those of us who are chosen, those of us who don't have reprobate minds and who have eyes to see, ears to hear, and are willing to receive or are working on a circumcised heart. So a lot of stuff is happening, and these people are not being picked for any old reason. And so no matter who is picked, the little hat people, they are going to win. So if they pick Colt 45, if you don't know who Colt 45 is, it was the previous president before Biden. If you're new to the channel, if they pick him, he's already shown what he will do for the state of Israel. He's already met with the Pope, and so he has his assignment. No matter what, he's married into the family because his daughter is married to one of those people. And so he knows what time it is. He works on their behalf. So no matter what stupid Americans think, at the end of the day, it's about Israel, stupid. They're going to take care of Israel and not take care of the people here, especially black people. So black people who are following up with this foolishness, I mean, they are like double stupid. Anywho, if Harris wins as the presidential nominee, she's elected, her husband is Khazarian. She's all in bed with those people. So there's no need. They fund her campaign. She's gonna do. She's a globalist. She's not one of us, and she will do whatever they tell her to do. She's shown that she will do whatever she got to do to get the next promotion. So no need to think that she's going to do anything for anybody that's helpful. She's trying to save her own ass. Um, as far as the VP picks, each VP pick has ties to either Christianity, Zionism, or Christianity. To me, they're one and the same. But not only that, he's converted to Catholicism, J.D. Vance. And then you have this guy who's a Lutheran. If you know anything about Lutherans, they split because of the differences in accepting the alphabet community. And so there's some interesting things about his background in which demonstrates why he's chosen. He doesn't necessarily have the ish issue or the ish agenda, but he does have the alphabet agenda. So if you have the ish agenda at the top of the ticket and the alphabet agenda at the bottom of the ticket, which is basically a transhumanism ticket, then you got everything you need. You got everything, everybody, and that's kind of what happens. No matter what happens, Israel wins. But I just wanted to kind of break that down to everybody before I get into the story, so you kind of see where I'm going. So anyway, the New York Times did a story about Tim Waltz and 19 facts about him. I'll put a link to it in the description. I'm not going to read all of it, but I do want to read two important things for you because it ties back into this new global order, a decrease in the population, increase in the alphabet agenda, a targeting of our children, and it is merging abomination with I hate to say religion, but it's tying it to Christianity. So it's gonna officially merge the two. Not saying that this ticket is gonna win, but again, no matter who wins, it's the same thing. J.D. Vance, I didn't do a story on it yet, but J.D. Vance has something going on with him, being a pen pal with an alphabet person, a trans person. So you're going to see that this trans thing is going to come up again no matter who's elected because it's a part of the grand plan of the Ish people who are going to be leading this new global order. We're going to have a Zionist religion, basically. So one of the things that I want to share with you is that he is 11. He was an early supporter of gay rights. So at Mankato West High School in Minnesota in the 1990s, he sponsored a gay-straight alliance and has said it was important at the time for the sponsor to be the football coach who was the soldier and was straight and was married. When he won his House seat in 2006 in a conservative district, he ran on support of same-sex marriage. So, from the 1990s to 2006, he has been a ally of this agenda. So he punches a hole. He checks a whole lot of boxes. He's a gun owner. He's white. He's a white man. He's a veteran. He was a high school teacher. Taught social studies and geography before entering politics. The last thing that is very interesting to me is he's a Lutheran. More specifically, he sometimes describes himself as a Minnesota Lutheran because we're good Minnesota Lutherans. We have a rule. If you do something good and talk about it, it no longer counts. Waltz joked during a speech last spring. So what you have to do is to get someone else to talk about you. So anyway, the fact that he's a Lutheran and you know about, you know, Lutherans um, basically sprang from Martin Luther, who led the Protestant movement here in America and in Europe. So the fact that he's a part of this, and you know that, well, let's just say you know the background of Martin Luther. If you don't, I'll put a link to it in the description, where he came from and how he came to his awakening. It's just, it's all just a bunch of confusion. That's the best way to describe what's about to happen. We're already living in the midst of confusion, but there's more confusion coming, and it's going to be such that you can't untangle this without some deep diving. And we're not going to be able to dive deep much longer because they're going to take the internet down. They're already setting up the stage for it to happen. As you can see, everything has been updating, policies have been changing. Every day I'm getting something new. We've updated our privacy policies. You got to opt out of all this stuff. Everybody's sharing your information. My phone has updated several times in the last week. My computer has updated at least twice. Um, and you know, they don't tell you what's updated. You just kind of just stuck. So something is coming where there's going to be a back door where they can just take our stuff down, and you're not going to be able to get into it unless you agree to whatever their terms are, whether it's the internet provider or the computer. So we're getting ready. Something is getting ready to happen. They're preparing us for it. We just have to be ready. So this is why it's very important for you to retain this knowledge, for you to do your own research while you can. You can print stuff off, if you can save it on a flash drive or some type of removable hard drive. It's going to be really important that you do this, because what is coming is going to be so devastating for a lot of us. We just are just not going to be prepared. And when this election happens, you know, people are going to be excited because you got the first this, or you got your whatever person got these interests. But at the end of the day, none of this stuff matters, because the real winners are the people who run the world. They're getting closer to having their agenda. They're getting closer to getting rid of the people that they don't want, those useless eaters. They're getting ready to be able to install their AGI, artificial intelligence guy, who's going to run everybody and control everything that we do. If you don't agree to worship and bow down to this thing, then you won't be allowed to buy or sell. You're going to be starved to death. You're going to not be able to participate in this system. So you have to really be about your business in preparing your spirit, your mind, your soul, every aspect of your life for what is coming. Because when it comes, it's coming now, and it seems like it's all nice and sweet and innocent, but they've already subverted the will of the people. The Democratic Party has. And as far as I'm concerned, even the Republican Party, you know, the will of the people has been subverted. We're just dealing with a bunch of shiesty stuff now, and nobody even cares about hiding their hand. It's so messy that and you know, this is how you know things are about to fall apart. They can't even hold it together anymore. They used to be able to lie to us and hide stuff. They can't even hide nothing no more. They're not even trying to hide anything anymore. So you have to know that things are getting really bad. We are really about to witness some stuff that we've never seen before, and most people just are not going to be prepared for it. So again, keep prepping, keep praying, keep seeking the Most High. The devil is always in the details, so you have to investigate these people really good to see who's funding them, or maybe they have some issues, stances why they were picked, for the reason why they were picked. And they have some positions that are sometimes these people have been groomed for this particular moment, or they're chosen. They've done, they meet the criteria. They've done something, attended some school, have some background. We don't know where these people come from. Just kind of come up out of nowhere, and get into politics, and they always picked. So there at times there are people who can get in, how do I say this, get into the game on their own and do a little bit of good. But most of these people are groomed by the political parties. People seek them out for one reason or another. And we need to always keep this in mind. Like this dude here, he coached the 1999 football state champions. Oh, that's something wonderful. Makes people feel like they got just regular old Joe Schmo from down the street. But in reality, there's something else nefarious going on here. And the listing of these 19 things, you look at where they put the big things at the very bottom of the list, or stuck one, the gay straight alliance thing. Not a whole lot of information about it. You read it, it doesn't make any sense, but just the fact that it's there, it's a flag for me, because it just signifies, okay, this dude was doing this stuff in high school, so he gonna be down with the program of programming the children more. So you gotta see where they're going. This is just not gonna be good for our children in particular. So I don't know what to say, y'all. The noose is tightening around us, and it's not pretty. But we can do all things through the Most High and the Messiah who strengthens us. We got this, but we have to keep watch, and you have to try to wake people up. People are under the illusion that we're going to get out of this by voting. You're only going to get into it deeper by voting. So just make sure you are not helping the adversary. All right, this is Marla K. Love y'all. And I'm out.